Good morning. You guys know the Yankum Ropes we all know and love? Well, here's the guy who makes them. This is Alan from Yankum Ropes.
Hey.
He came out here for New Year's and stopped by and brought their new product, which is the new synthetic line that has no metal end like what I have here. So today we're going to switch out to their new synthetic line, their new Winch Fairlead that goes with their new synthetic line, and then maybe go have a little fun with it.
I'm excited. This will be fun. Well, we're just trying to keep it simple.
That's the best way to go.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's dive in.
So on my winch right now, I have this nice synthetic line. Makes it super light, easy, and safe to use. But then on the end, I got 5 pounds of metal here that I put in the system. So Alan solved that problem.
So what we did is, so this is really fun. There's another YouTuber, Nate Fickle, Dirt Lifestyle. He's a good friend of mine, and he made the suggestion, like, well, why don't we just took the end of the winch line on the end of on the Fairlead and got my wheels turning. I said, hey, let me run with this. And he said, get after it. And so this is what came to be. And so, after a lot of engineering and a lot of time and a lot of late nights, this is what it is. So it's a Haas Fairlead. It's simple. And you'll notice it's got these grooves in it. And it's just so you can take the end of your synthetic winch line and just store it like that. Now you can hit trees, you can hit rocks, you can hit all kinds of stuff, and you don't have to worry about damaging any of the fibers. Because these winch lines, they're expensive. This is quite the investment, and so you want to try and protect this as much as you can. What people don't realize is the end of this winch line is really easy to make. In fact, I've got a video on our YouTube channel. Can I just give you a link to it?
Yep, that works.
And then, just click on the description in Casey's video, and we show you how to do this. So you can take your existing winch line. Like, we're not trying to sell the Fairlead and sell you our winch line. If you've got a synthetic one,
worst salesman ever. Here's our new product. We'll teach you how to make your own.
So, okay, if you want this, the only place in it that you can get it is on the internet. That's the only place you can get it. Eventually, we'll have it in some
shops. Put a link down below on how to get to their website and find those.
Yep. And so, but like I said, we want to make sure that we can get everybody to start using it as fast as you can. And if you've got a synthetic winch line, you're ready. All you got to do is just cut the end off and then retie the Brummel. It takes 5 minutes. It's really quick. Okay, maybe 15. All right. The first time I did it, it took me 20 minutes. Now I can do them in 5 minutes because I've done a bunch of them.
And for now, we're just going to put this line on this winch with that Fairlead, and then we'll link the video in here so you can see how to tie this end in your line so that you don't have to buy a rope that he invented and is selling.
Well, and you're going to put this winch line on one of your other winches too,
yes.
Right? So, you do your own video of it too and show everybody. Yeah. And it's called a locking Brummel. And this is going to be fun. All right, let's get to work.
Let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to start by pulling this line off so we can put our new line on. And then later when another one of these new Fairleads show up, I'm going to take this line and put it on the back of the wheelies, which is the only winch I still have with the steel cable on it. And then at that time, I will cut this line apart and show you guys how to make this loop that I don't know how to make yet.
Now we just have to take that off the back side.
See that whole mounting the winch on a receiver thing?
Uh-huh.
This is where it comes in really handy.
Exactly.
There's the bolts.
So what these are, just so you know, these are a 1/2 inch bolt. And you can go smaller, but this is the maximum size that you can put on this. Now this is the offset Fairlead.
This isn't the one.
Yep. And then this is the standard Fairlead. This is what we're going to be putting on yours. So 2 different designs. We also have a competition which has a narrower mouth. It's a 4.5 inch wide mouth. And those are the 3 main sizes you can get for the larger winches for your Jeep, etc. And then we're also going to be doing ATVs and UTVs in this standard setup as well too. So
this is for like you have like the AUV bumpers.
ARBs.
ARB bumpers where the opening is offset a little bit. These holes you see are not in line with the opening here like they are on this one.
And there's a few other bumper companies out there that are like that too, and a lot of foreign ones. And so, anyways, cool. Well, let's get this on there. Okay.
Receiver mount winch for the win. Okay, so now we have our new Fairlead on, and we can feed our new rope into it.
Try not to scratch your bumper too much.
Oh, yeah, don't scratch my wheel.
Don't scratch it. You know, some people have called us crazy for showing everybody how to do this. There's other YouTube channels that show how to do this. They're just a little harder to find. And our hope is that if we can get more of these out on the market with existing winch line, then we're not wasting good winch lines that are out there. And then eventually, hopefully, we've won, trust in business for when people need to get a new winch line. These winch lines, they do deteriorate. They need to be replaced every once in a while. So, like I was saying, we've got a video on our channel where we really dive into it. We've got close-ups of everything so you can see how this is done. You can rewind and fast forward.
Where they teach you how to make the product they're trying to sell you.
Okay, let's get this thing in there. We'll go play in the snow. There we go.
Here comes the best part.
Now, there's a reason why we put that right there.
You put your fingers there and show me where you put that. As I'm holding the remote.
Exactly. So, best thing to do is get it set, then pull the trigger. There you go. That easy.
Done. Stored over there. Yeah, you hit stuff. You don't hit your rope. That's fancy.
Yep.
I like it.
Let's go play.
Let's do it. I think there's a ditch there.
Now we're working.
So we might be able to show you how we use the new synthetic line with the end on it. Since there's no hook or anything like that, obviously you don't use a hook. You just use a soft shackle through it and hook to whatever you want. Makes it super simple. And if this gets any deeper, we'll be able to show you that.
This is one of those lessons of usually you take 2 rigs.
So we brought 2 rigs. My Jeep with the tracks on it is down at the bottom at the trailhead. We got there, we're like, let's just go have some fun instead of wasting time unloading the Jeep, because we're both kind of on a timeline right now. So we just hopped in his and took off, and if it goes good, it goes good, and if it goes not, we're gonna hike back and get the other Jeep.
I like to hike.
Well,
I brought my shoes.
Yeah, then you can hike back and get the other Jeep.
Got my Vans.
Yeah, that'll go great.
Yeah, of ice cubes for feet. Wow, this is awesome.
Yeah. Now I know how my friends feel when I'm like, hey, go walk up there and then get a shot of me going by. Because he's sitting in the heater and I'm walking through the snow. Karma. Oh, and he was nice enough to stop before he went all the way up the hill. And he's backing up. He's way nicer than I am.
And if you get out of the ruts, then it wants to just pull you off into the trees.
Yeah, that's how I stay in business.
Yeah, yeah, it's good business.
Yeah, that's cool.
This is gorgeous.
Yeah, I love it up here. So, how many Land Cruisers is this?
Okay, so this is technically my second Land Cruiser, but there are 11 different Land Cruisers inside this one. So there's a...
So this is literally like the Johnny Cash song?
Yeah. Yes. So there's a video out there where this thing rolled, and anyways, let's just say it's been a busy year. It's almost done. It works, it runs, it functions, and anyways, but you know,
not only did it roll, it rolled and landed on
yeah,
Matt's off-road recoveries Jeep, the banana.
I will say that he did save my life. I mean, it was, if we had we kept rolling, had he not been there, we would have kept going down the hill, and that would have been a bad day. I think we probably would have rolled 3, maybe 4 times, maybe even more. And he even told me, he says, "Yeah, I saw you coming at me, and I threw it into reverse, and then I looked down the hill and saw where you were going, and so he put it back in park, put both of his feet on the brakes, and he kept us from going down the hill." And so,
well, that was nice of him.
Yes, Matt, if you're watching this, thanks again. I've told you a few times, thank you. Okay, now we're getting into the deep stuff.
So we've passed the last of the tracks, and
yeah,
we're like in all the fresh powder now.
Forging ahead. But anyways, with that story, that was a fun day. Andrea was driving, and it was such a sad deal, is that she did some amazing rock crawling. I mean, she did some awesome obstacles. She put most of the dudes there to shame. And then we were going up a section of hill that was just totally benign, and it rolled. Now she's known as the rollover lady.
It is snowing good now.
Yeah, it is. That's great.
Yeah. So there's Alan's rig. There's Alan.
Yeah, that's about knee deep.
Yeah, so if you're wondering how deep it is, I'm to my knees when I step off the side, and we're in the road, so.
It's nice and packed right here.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
Probably, what, I'd say a good foot of just dense pack.
Oh yeah, and you're in the good 1.5 inches there, so.
Yeah, well, I got my work boots on.
So. Oh, you don't want to take those out of here. This is a sweet, sweet rig. I like it. Very well set up. Figured we just leave mine at the bottom, because when you're with a guy who owns a business that makes and sells recovery gear, you should probably have all the recovery gear we need with him. So what's the worst that could happen?
What's the cardinal rule of off-roading?
Yeah, don't go wheeling alone.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're in the same rig, so we're not alone.
We're not alone.
Maybe the fine print in that's something to do with 2 rigs.
Oh yeah, there's all that stuff.
Whatever.
We brought 2 rigs.
We did.
We're not alone, and we brought 2 rigs. They're just,
exactly.
One of them's at the bottom of the mountain. So we got to hike back. It's all downhill.
Casey, thanks for the treat. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is a blast. We're definitely gonna do some more of this. So get him back out here. I think I need to come out there and check out the factory, and actually I want to see and then show how these ropes and lines are actually made.
Yeah,
because they are made right in Idaho.
Yep. Yeah, they're made here in the U.S. I'm excited to have you come and see how these ropes are made, and how the ropes are wound, and you know, we, like I said, we're going to do winch line, 12-strand winch line, and we're doing double braid nylon for the kinetic ropes. So
nice.
It's good.
So you'll be seeing a lot more of Alan out here. Not a lot more, but you'll see more of Alan out here, and you'll see me heading out there to go hang out with him too. So this will be a blast.
Holy cow. This is the best. I think it snowed another like 6 inches since we came up.
It was snowing pretty good up there.
It was. Well, we can still see our tracks, but this is a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun. Just gotta keep it out of the ditch.
Well, we're in the ditch, so.
There we go. Now we're back out.
Don't worry, I know a guy with a tow truck. Alright, so I'm back in the shop. We had a little too much fun playing in the snow, so Alan had to take off to go meet up with the family for dinner. And we were so excited to go play in the snow that we forgot one very important thing. And that is, now that you cut the hook off the end of your winch line, how do you hook it to stuff? When you got the hook on the line, it's easy. You just take your strap, your tree saver, hook it right in there, you're good to go. But one problem is now when you're trying to loop it around a tree and fit 2 straps in there, it gets kind of tight. This is the Harbor Freight hook, which is super big and is probably the best of the winch line hooks that I've used, but the whole point is to get rid of these. So now you have this loop, now you have this loop. How do you put them together? Well, the simplest and easy way that most of you can probably do right now is just use your normal shackle. Put the shackle on the end, and then you can hook it to whatever you want, just like normal. But since the whole point of doing this is to ditch all the metal in your whole assembly, that's where soft shackles come in. These make it nice and easy because throw a soft shackle in here and now you can hook this thing to anything. You can go straight to the tie-off points on a bumper, straight to an axle, straight to a control arm. They've got this rubber coating on here so you can go right around hard edges and not be worried about hurting the shackle. Right there, simple, no metal in the whole system. Hook it to pretty much whatever you want. The other nice thing about using soft shackles is look how big of a loop you have to tie into. Now these big ol' ends on these straps are no problems. Put as many of them as you want in there, you got all the room in the world. So for stuff like I'm doing, I'm pulling out a lot of random vehicles that are not off-road rigs, don't have tow points, don't have big ol' axles you can hook to. These cluster hook setups are pretty much the way to go. Now with the normal setup, what I do is hook this hook to the cluster hook, and then I hook into one of the frame holes in the bottom of the car. But now look how much metal you got right there, pulling around on the bottom of the car, asking to just hook something on the bottom of the bumper or hit something. With this setup, put my soft shackle through there, put my cluster hook on, and now this is what I got. The metal hook right here to go into the bottom of the car, and then nothing but soft and synthetic the whole rest of the way out. Much less likely to damage anything. But back to off-road rigs, because that's what most of you are going to be dealing with. So you got a four-wheel drive rig like this right here. Look at this, just take your soft shackle, throw it around, put your winch line in, good to go, pull all you want. No metal in the entire system. If anything breaks, if anything fails, if anything gets cut, it's all soft and synthetic. Nothing's going to go flying anywhere. So this is something I'm really excited to start using. Getting rid of as much metal as possible in the whole system is nothing but a win all the way around in my book. So it's going to make things safer, make them easier, and just make them better. So I'm excited about this. I really got to thank Alan with Yankum Ropes for bringing this out, showing me how to do this. And that's another like super cool thing I think is they built this to be able to go with this rope system that they build and sell. And then they turn around and tell you how to make this yourself, so you don't even have to buy theirs to use this piece, which is super cool because this rope is the expensive part. I mean, this isn't cheap, but it's cheaper than the rope, and this lets you use your existing rope, not have to buy the whole setup all at once. You just buy this one piece, watch their video or any of the others on there that show you how to make this end, and you're good to go. And then my favorite part, to put it away, just hook your rope. Look at that, all tucks away in there. You can run into stuff all you want, you're not gonna cut your rope. That's just a cool setup. This is gonna be on every winch I own, you watch. So again, huge thank you to Alan at Yankum Ropes. Yankum Ropes link will be in the description below. Thanks to Nate with Dirt Lifestyle for coming up with this whole idea. I mean, that is game changing. So I'm excited to start using this and get the rest of my winches switched over as well. So that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.